Well, thanks. It's such a pleasure to be together on such an amazing morning where we get to talk about my favorite topic, which is building a strengths-based world. And what's amazing when I look around this room, so many friends of mine from many years and people I'm just meeting, but I feel so interconnected because everyone is here with the same motivation, the same thought, which is how do we connect and build a strengths-based world together? My name's Matt Cullinane. I'm one of the co-founders of Soar.com, and I have the honor and the privilege of talking about and thinking about strengths and how to uplift people's lives every single day, which so many of you here do. You know, I got into this about a year ago with Paul, and it's been such an amazing ride. Before this, I was an American diplomat, and I would travel around the world and have a chance to meet different people in different walks of life. And my focus was humanitarian assistance, so I spent a lot of time in places where people didn't always have opportunities. And what I realized, going to all those places is that everyone has these same kinds of goals. They really want to thrive. They really want to do well. And I think that there's, it's such an amazing thing to meet people who are trying to change their lives. And so the people I would encounter were people who were there with different organizations who were also trying to help other people. And I realized at that time what a strengths-based approach could do for people. And I realized that I was surrounded by leaders, people who were building this interconnected world who were trying to help others. And so when I got back to the US and got to be close with Paul, I met someone who was completely focused on these sorts of things. And I started looking at all the things he was talking about, whether it was what you can do in a city that's strengths-based, what kind of things happen there, what happens when strengths enters a state, or is spread throughout a company, and what that can mean for the people there. So today we're going to connect the dots with people who have been doing this in their cities, and they've been building teams in their states, and they've been spreading the word throughout their companies and the kinds of results they see in their companies. And we are surrounded today by some of the most amazing coaches you're going to ever meet. And we've got over 1,000 coaches on all 6 continents who are doing this, who are helping us, where we are building a platform that's very broad throughout the world, like what I was doing before, throughout the world, everywhere. But the difference is with a platform that every single interaction you're going to hear about is personal. And this is personal for everybody here. So every single thing that you see that's going to be happening on Soar, and you're going to hear a lot about the tools and a lot about what we're doing through Paul, you're going to find that these are very specific kind of interactions where each person is affected in a very direct and personal way. So I just wanted to say that I was looking for inspiration lately as I was thinking about meeting all these amazing people. How do I even begin to get in front of people who have done this in all these places and talk about what it's going to mean to build these teams and to continue with us at Soar, and what an honor it is. And so for inspiration, I went on Amazon and I went to order a used book, and I went to order Soar with Your Strengths with Don Clifton. And it's the book that it guides so much of what we're doing, and it's a book that really started so much of this movement of positive psychology that can really change people's lives. And as I opened the book, I was looking for inspiration. I was looking, what are the first words that I'm going to read? It's been a while since I've read it. And it said, "Keep building teams and soar. Regards, Don Clifton." And he signed it himself in 2001. And I thought, what could be better? What could be better than that? That's what we're doing. We're talking about building teams. We're talking about building this platform where we're gonna spread this word everywhere, and you're gonna hear individually what that means in all these different scenarios. And I want you to continue as we're talking to listen to Don's words and hear about how can you build teams, how can you continue to soar with your strengths and in your communities as these people have already done. So now's the time I get the great opportunity to introduce Paul. Paul is someone who, just like the message that Don Clifton has given, has wanted every single person to play to their strengths, that every single life matters. And that's part of why we're here and why we're talking about what we are talking about. His why is so clear. It's It emanates from him, from his early days and what he did until now. So I'd just like to brag about Paul for a second, because I know he won't. And I just want to ask anyone who has learned something about their past, who they are, that they came from something, that their past matters. Stand up if you've learned something about who you are, thanks to Paul's work. Now stay standing if you found out something about your present, who you are, that your life matters, and that your strengths are important. Then stand up if you found out something about your present, something about the strengths that you have and what you can do today. And stay standing, and then just stand up if you believe something about your future, that you can change, that you can grow, and Paul's helped you get there. And continue standing, and stand up if you love Paul, and help me introduce him. Everyone was standing anyway. Give a round of applause. One of my heroes, Paul Allen.
Oh, man. Next time I'm writing your introduction for you.